Welcome to Jupiter retrograde in the sign of Gemini, a time of reflection and realignment with your ideas and communication. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate. I specialize in traditional, Western, and evolutionary astrology. I'm excited to share this month's astrological forecast with you. Please like and subscribe as it helps the channel to grow. If you are new here, welcome. You can learn more about my offerings at willowgracemystic.com. And for those of you who are following me, thank you for your support and sharing your journey with me. On October 9th, 2024, Jupiter is now going to station retrograde at 21 degrees of Gemini. This is now going to mark the start of this period of going within, of introspection that's going to last until February 4th, 2025. Now, when Jupiter will finally station direct at 11 degrees of Gemini, this retrograde cycle, it's inviting you to slow down and reassess the ways in which you are expanding in your life, whether it's through intellectual growth or communication or with travel. Jupiter, often referred to as the Great Benefic, it represents our growth, our optimism, our wisdom, our abundance. But during retrograde, this outward momentum, it now becomes inwardly focused. It prompts us to refine our long-term goals and our ambitions. Jupiter governs all types of expansion, higher learning, philosophical exploration, our ideas. And in Gemini, its influence manifests through intellectual curiosity, communication, adaptability. Jupiter is in this air sign of mutable energy that emphasizes the exchange of ideas, of our social interactions, of mental flexibility. While retrograde, the pace of our growth may now feel like it's slower, and that this usual outward expression is now taking on a more reflective tone. This is going to be a time where you're going to want to revisit your approach to learning, or rethink how do you communicate with others, or evaluate whether your aspirations are sustainable and are they aligned with your deeper values. The retrograde phase, it's asking us to take stock of where we are going, in which direction are we heading. Are our goals realistic? Are we overextending ourselves? In the sign of Gemini, the introspection is especially focused on education, communication, traveling, legal matters, publishing. This is going to be a perfect time to revise those travel plans or reassess these intellectual pursuits that you've been going after, classes, workshops, anything that has to do with learning and studying, ensuring that your ambitions have these firm foundations in order for you to build future growth on. Gemini's energy, it pushes us to think fast, to communicate clearly. But in the sign of Jupiter's retrograde, there might now be this delay with getting your ideas across. Miscommunications can surface, but it also offers the opportunity to clarify your intentions. Use this time to review how are you sharing your thoughts to others, and are you adjusting to any misconceptions accordingly. Jupiter retrograde is also a period of working through past issues. Retrogrades are rethink, review, reevaluate. It's all the words. We look at it as a time of going back and self-correcting. And so this is going to be especially true for themes that are associated with ideas around expansion or growth. In the sign of Gemini, this could mean addressing old thought patterns or old belief systems that are no longer serving your best and highest good. This is going to be a really great time for you to clear out the mental clutter and let go of any outdated ideals. Those of you with any personal planets or points between in the sign of Gemini between 11 and 21, or Virgo, or Sagittarius, or Pisces, you're going to feel this transit the most, especially with heightened introspection, particularly around communication, around learning, and your personal development. If you have placements in those degrees or those signs, you're going to experience this transit in areas that are related to travel or education, and how you engage with the world intellectually, the way that you convey your thoughts, the way that you gather information. Gemini's influence, it might encourage you to rethink how you gather and share information, making this an ideal time for you to revisit intellectual projects or your travel plans or educational endeavors. Jupiter retrograde in Gemini is going to provide this opportunity for a recalibration. While expansion might feel slow, the period, it really encourages fine-tuning and a realignment. So rather than pushing forward just blindly, take this time to reflect on your goals, to rethink how are you communicating them with others. Make sure that your ambitions are solid and grounded in reality. By February 4th, 2025, when Jupiter finally stations direct, you're going to be prepared to move forward with more clarity and a stronger foundation for your success. I'm excited to share about my collaboration with Otterspirit. They're a family-owned company that crafts beautiful gemstone bracelets with a deeper purpose. Each bracelet is designed with intention using carefully selected gemstones that are not only stunning, but they also carry healing properties. I specifically chose these bracelets featuring Amazonite, moonstone, and turquoise to help me focus on healing during the upcoming Pisces Virgo eclipse season. These are perfect for grounding, for balancing the energies during this powerful astrological time. Now, one of the things that I love about Otterspirit is that each bracelet comes with a card that explains the intention, the zodiac sign it aligns with, and the chakras that it supports, making this a thoughtful, beautiful, meaningful gift. And beyond the beauty of their product, the Otterspirit, they donate $1 from every bracelet sold to organizations like California Coast Keepers and the Monterey Bay Aquarium to help protect California's wild sea otters. As a special offer, you can use the code WILLOW20 at checkout for 20% off of your order. To order, just follow the link below. Offerings this month include join my Patreon community for exclusive astrology content. As a member, you're going to gain access to ad-free early access for forecasts and monthly live tarot and astrology Zoom sessions. It's the perfect space in order for you to dive deeper into the celestial currents that guide your life. Go to the link below in the description and explore all membership tiers and benefits. A special for Scorpios, celebrate your birthday with a personalized solar return reading at a special rate. Use the code Scorpio10 at checkout for this limited time discount. Schedule your appointment today and discover what the universe has in store for you for your year ahead. Additionally, I'm offering live astrology consultations every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Reserve your spot and get in the queue because spaces fill up fast, so be sure to sign up using the link below. I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you in order to help you navigate your journey. So let's dive in. So for Aries sun, moon, and rising, Jupiter is going to be stationing retrograde in your third house. This is the house of communications, siblings, neighbors, learning. It's topics around your home or things that are close to home. And so the focus for you with this retrograde, it's going to impact your communication style, your learning abilities, your relationships that have to do with siblings or neighbors or friends. The third house is who you communicate with on a day-to-day basis. You might find yourself revisiting these old conversations or reflecting on how do you gather, how do you share information. It's through email, gossip, computer, Reddit, YouTube. It's how do you take in information, how do you disseminate it and share it with others. Your educational pursuits, they may require like an extra focus at this time, especially if they involve any types of writing or speaking. Miscommunications can be more likely and you might struggle with expressing your ideas clearly, or you might feel blocked with learning these new concepts. Frustrations with siblings, with neighbors, they can arise, or there can be travel plans that you might experience some delays. This period is really ideal for improving the way that you communicate, how you share your ideas. Reflect on your past lessons, revisit old projects, use this time to refine your ideas. Projects that involve writing or teaching or speaking, you're really going to benefit from this revision process. Instead of pushing forward with these new endeavors, I'm encouraging you to revisit any unfinished tasks that you may have, especially things that involve all types of communication, and strengthen your relationship with your siblings by addressing old tensions and looking to make peace. So Aries, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. Check out my Patreon community using the link below if you're looking for exclusive content and deeper insights. And if you're looking for a private consult, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and don't forget to subscribe. So for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, Jupiter is going to be stationing retrograde in your second house, which represents your finances, your self-worth, your skill set, your cash, your property. The second house is what do I need in order to feel safe and secure, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And so Jupiter's retrograde in your second house, it's going to urge you to reevaluate your financial situation, your personal values, your sense of self-worth. This is going to be a time that you're going to want to question whether your current financial goals, do they align with your deeper values? Do they align, and how can you assess how you manage your resources? It's like laying out your finances and saying, am I aligned with where I want to be? You might experience delays in your financial growth, or you might feel insecure about your material stability. Your spending habits could come under scrutiny at this time. There could be financial missteps from the past that now might resurface in order for you to correct or to fix or alter them. This is going to be an excellent time for you to reassess your relationship with money or your personal resources. You can identify areas where you might be overspending or where you might need to be more mindful of your financial decisions. Align your spending with your long-term goals and your skill set. Use this period to really get clear on what do you truly value and how your financial goals support your overall well-being. Avoid making impulse purchases during this time and focus on your long-term stability. So Taurus, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and don't forget to subscribe. So for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is all about you. It's really important because this has to do with your identity, your personality, things that you want to start, goals, you being seen, your image. I always say that the first house is your website, your business card. And so as Jupiter now stations retrograde here, you're going to be looking at this through the lens of who you are, making this a significant period of personal growth and looking inward and reflecting on where you have come from, things that you've already been through, and now you're going to be considering, how do I present myself to the world, my identity, the way in which you pursue your personal development. Having Jupiter stationing retrograde in your first house, you might feel uncertain about your life's direction, or you're experiencing these doubts with your personal goals. This a typical Jupiterian confidence that you have had can now be dampened, and it's leading you to question your outward persona. This retrograde is going to offer you this chance to really do the deep inner work, reflecting on your personal vision of how you wish to be perceived by others. It's going to be a great time for personal reinvention of who you are, a time to realign your ambitions with your authentic self. Be patient with yourself during this period of introspection. Allow yourself the space to question your identity and your personal direction, and don't rush forward with answers. The changes that you make now, they're really going to support you in the long-term goal. So Gemini, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and don't forget to subscribe. So for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, Jupiter is now going to be in your 12th house. This is the house of our dreams, our intuition. It's the house of isolation and healing. It's the house of affliction and hospitalizations. And it's also where we go within, like yoga, meditation, connecting to our spirit guides, doing the inner work, the inner healing. It's our subconscious. It's the house of spirituality. And so with Jupiter now stationing retrograde, your 12th house being the focus of your inner world, your subconscious mind, your spiritual growth that you're working on. You might be drawn to deeper emotional healing or spiritual practices that help you connect to your higher self through your Akashic records, spirit guides, ancestors, angels, any of the topics that have to do with this realm and connecting to the spiritual realm. Now, old wounds or emotional baggage might now surface. This is the house of deep secrets. It's the hidden unknown. This can lead to feelings of vulnerability or unresolved issues that come from our past could now reemerge, especially that are related to your hidden fears or subconscious patterns. This retrograde is going to be an excellent opportunity for profound healing. It's about releasing and clearing your karmic debt. You can work through any unresolved emotional issues. You can clear away these subconscious blockages. You can deepen your connection with your spiritual practices like meditation or therapy. I'm encouraging you to take care of yourself. Look inward for the reflection. Engage in spiritual or psychological healing practices that allow you to address any deep-seated issues. This is going to be a powerful time of letting go of what no longer serves you for your best and highest good. So Cancer, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe. So for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, Jupiter is in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. It's your community. It is the house of friends. It's where we volunteer and we want to connect with humanitarian efforts or in order to help support the collective. It's who we align with in order to move forward with a career or job. And so Jupiter's retrograde in your 11th house, it brings about this period of reflection with friendships or social groups or these long-term aspirations that you might have. You might question whether your current social circles or your community, does it align with your deeper goals. There can be challenges with friendships that could face like a type of strain, especially if there's this unresolved tension or these mismatched goals because one or both of you have grown and moved into different directions. Social engagements, they might feel less fulfilling at this time, and these long-term aspirations, they might require you to revisit them for a reevaluation. This retrograde, it's going to allow you to reassess with where do you align yourself with socially. You might find yourself reconnecting with old friends or rethinking your involvement in group projects. It's going to be a great time to realign with your long-term goals that align with your values. To take this time to take a step back from social obligations that just feel draining and focus on building these deeper connections with like-minded individuals and revisit these long-term goals to ensure that they still resonate with your visions for the future. So Leo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and don't forget to subscribe. So for Virgo sun, moon, and rising, you have Jupiter at the top of your chart. It's your career, your reputation, your ambitions, your public image. It's the legacy that you want to leave behind. It's how other people look up and see you. And so your career, your public image, these long-term ambitions, they're now going to be coming under the scrutiny of a microscope. During this retrograde, Jupiter's influence on your 10th house, it's going to be prompting you to reflect on your personal, professional life path and how you're perceived within your career, your job. Now, challenges can be career advancement, can now feel slow. You might feel like you're facing these setbacks in achieving the recognition for your success. You could also question your professional direction, and you might feel a little unsure about your public image. This is an ideal time for you to take the time to refine your career goals in order to make these adjustments to your professional trajectory. You can use this period to truly strengthen your public reputation by addressing any lingering issues that might come up within your career. Do not rush for any career changes. Instead, look at this time that you can focus on refining your long-term ambitions, ensuring that your public image aligns with your true self. Practice patience because this is all going to pay off in the long run. So Virgo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. If you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and don't forget to subscribe. So for Libra sun, moon, and rising, Jupiter is in trine to your first house of self, and it's in the house of your beliefs. It's travel, it's higher learning, it's you connecting with other people, like cross-cultural experiences. And so having Jupiter stationing retrograde in your 9th house of higher learning and traveling and philosophy, it's really prompting you to reconsider your personal belief systems, your educational goals, your travel plans. This period is going to encourage you to take some introspection on how you are going to expand your horizons. It's going to be a stop and a pause. You might experience some delays or these disruptions within travel or within your educational pursuits. There could be this uncertainty around your belief systems or this feeling that your personal growth is now being stalled, or you might feel stagnant. Now, this retrograde, it's going to offer you a chance to deepen your philosophical understanding or to revisit your educational goals. Go back over a class, go back over a workshop. You might find new meaning in your long-held beliefs or rediscover a passion for learning. Now, take time to reflect on your belief systems and how they shape your perspective and your worldview. Plan travel or educational pursuits or opportunities for when Jupiter goes direct, and use this time to reconnect in a meaningful way with areas of study or spiritual growth or people from your past. So Libra, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and don't forget to subscribe. So for Scorpio sun, moon, and rising, Jupiter stationing retrograde is going to have themes about your shared resources. It's the intimacy, it's transformations. With Jupiter retrograde in your 8th house, the emphasis is going to be on all types of personal transformation. The 8th house is you combined with other people. This could be with exes, with alimony and child support. This could be with family members if you share resources. This could be wills or debt, or the 8th house brings about topics of retirement and savings and bankruptcy, and where we have personal sacrifice and where we need to address taboo topics, and deep psychological healing can come from this house. And so with Jupiter retrograde here, the emphasis is on your shared connection with other people, intimacy, your personal transformation. So you might find yourself reconsidering some financial agreements that you've made with other people, or emotional bonds, or personal transformations within yourself. These financial matters that involve others, they might face delays, or you could experience emotional intensity within your like intimate relationships. This is the house of deep bonding. So old wounds related to shared resources, they can resurface at this time for an opportunity of a second look in order to relate to and to heal. This is going to be a powerful time for you to take these deep emotional work to a new level in order for you to transform and heal from it. You can resolve any financial issues. You can look for healing these emotional wounds that that have been festering and have been holding you back. There's a potential for growth through types of introspection of your values, your thoughts, your ideas. Avoid making any major financial decisions if possible during this retrograde. Focus on your emotional healing and addressing any unresolved issues that come up between you and in your intimate partnerships, intimate relationships. And don't forget to add in like open enemies and exes in here, because this is a perfect opportunity to look back and clear the air and to heal. So Scorpio, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe. So for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, Jupiter is your chart ruler. It's always important for you to be following where Jupiter is in your chart, and it's in your partnership sector. So this has to do with partnerships, relationships, love, contractual agreements. The seventh house is all about your open enemies, and it's trust and it's the connection to others, but it's also how do you handle conflict? How do you handle legal matters? The seventh house is the +1. It's you plus somebody else. And so this can be business partners, but it can also be your clients. It's your one-on-one relationships. This could also be what your partner is going through, not just you, because it affects you. And so having Jupiter retrograde in your seventh house, it brings all these topics of relationships and contracts into focus with a magnifying glass. You might be rethinking how you relate to others, or whether your partnerships align with your long-term goals. At this time, relationship dynamics might feel strained, or there can be these unresolved issues with partners that can resurface. Contractual agreements might need to be renegotiated or revised. This is going to be a great time that you can take to strengthen your partnerships in order to address any unresolved issues. You can also revisit any old agreements or contracts or negotiations in how you approach these commitments. Focus on having open communication with friends and others. Take the time to clarify any misunderstandings as they come up, and work on building these stronger foundations in your partnerships, in your alignments with others. So Sagittarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe. So for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you now have Jupiter stationing retrograde in your sixth house. The sixth house brings up work and health, our mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, and it's alternative healthcare practices, our daily routines. It's how we balance our home and our career. It's also the house of pets. And so for Jupiter stationing retrograde in your sixth house, it prompts you to reflect on your work, on your daily health, on your daily routines. You might reconsider how you approach your daily responsibilities, or how well your routines support your overall health and well-being. You might feel unproductive, or you might face these setbacks with your health and work routines. This is about staying healthy, and there can be this sense that your daily schedule is kind of out of alignment with your long-term goals, your long-term practices. And so this is going to be an ideal time for you to take a step back and reassess the work-life balance and to make these improvements with your health routines. If you've fallen off the wagon with something, to like get back into the practice. If you were doing the yoga, if you were making the appointments, if this is also the house of seeking out somebody as a guide or a counselor or a mentor. And so it's you getting back into the practice and making these small changes that can lead to these long-term benefits. By focusing on creating healthy habits that support your overall well-being, this will be a reflection time period where you need to be patient with yourself in the delays in your work and your health progress, and use this time to make the adjustments that are going to serve you for your best and highest good in the future. So Capricorn, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. If you're looking for exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and don't forget to subscribe. So for Aquarius sun, moon, and rising, Jupiter is in your 5th house in a harmonious aspect to your house of your identity. So we know that this has to do with topics of creativity, children, romance, joy, pleasure, love, your inner child. The 5th brings in topics that have to do with your investments or creative self-expression. And so Jupiter stationing retrograde here, the focus now turns on your self-expression and your relationship with other children or your inner child. And so you might reconsider how you express yourself with your creative talents. It's art, it's music, it's what brings you pleasure, what brings you joy, and your approach to your romantic relationships. Having Jupiter station retrograde, your creative projects might feel like stunted or blocked, or you might feel like you're losing enthusiasm with a romantic partner. Your connection with children or your inner child, it could feel strained, or there might be delays in your creative inspiration or romantic progress with others. And so this retrograde, it's offering you this opportunity to revisit old creative endeavors, to rekindle the romance with more maturity, with more grace. You can focus on refining creative projects or reconnecting with past passions that you've had that you put on the shelf and that you've neglected. Use this time to tap into your inner child, the playful nature that comes with it. Reignite that creative spark. Consider what really brings you joy and pleasure and fulfillment, and work on building these deeper romantic connections by addressing past issues. So Aquarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest content or updates. So for Pisces sun, moon, and rising, you are going to have Jupiter station retrograde with themes that have to do with stability, emotional, physical, financial stability. Your 4th house revolves around topics that have to do with home and your living situation, and it's your personal life. It's who lives in the house with you. It's your family. And so with Jupiter stationing retrograde here, the focus is going to shift to all topics of home, family life, your relationship with them, your emotional foundations. You might feel called to reflect on your living situation or your family dynamics overall, with any unresolved issues with family members that could now resurface. Family conflicts can come to the forefront. You might feel unsettled within your home environment, and this could be a sense of instability that you need to reconsider your emotional foundation and your support system of who supports you and what does that look like. This is going to be a valuable time for you to resolve past family dynamics to create a more stable, nurturing home environment for yourself, and focus on deepening your emotional security by addressing the unresolved emotional wounds that you either suffered as a younger child or something that was passed down from one generation to another. Reflect on your home life and your family relationships and how that supports your emotional well-being. Use this time to make the necessary adjustments within your living situation or in your relationships to create a more harmonious and supportive environment. Having Jupiter stationing retrograde here has you look back on family dynamics. It could have you diving into your DNA, your genealogy, like going back in history and wanting to understand, where did this start? Where did this come from? And how do I end this? It's like the cycle stops here. So Pisces, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For exclusive content and deeper insights, check out my Patreon community using the link below. And if you're looking for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And don't forget to subscribe.